There is no greater disability in the society than the inability to see the person as more. Here at Nairobi Sports Club, we meet Joyce Ndenga, a professional tennis player who attests that disability is not inability.
My name is Joyce Ndenga. Currently, I'm working for Action Network for the Disabled as a project officer on sexual reproductive health. But above all, again, I'm a professional tennis player. I play tennis where I am right now, Nairobi Club, and currently SID1, #1, and Kenya, and world number 60. I was born a very beautiful, as I am still, a very beautiful baby, and at the age of 5, I got polio. As always, a person's ability is always, we are always defined by our disabilities, but sometimes you just need to come out of that, out of that comfort zone. And this is where I started in 2012, where I just decided I need to be a professional wheelchair tennis player. But I started sports in 2008. But to come to realize that I'm passionately on wheelchair, it was 2012, yeah, where I had to train. And it's funny the way I came to tennis, to play tennis. It was in 2012 where our former, now not former, current Secretary General Kenya National Paralympic came and asked us to go to do a trial at Kenyatta University. So I didn't know what to do or what is tennis. And then we went, then we did our trials. From there, I was number 3, not knowing what racket is, not knowing what are the rules for tennis, not knowing entirely what it is all about. But I managed to be number 3. So I think God already knew this is my passion. Wow. Yes.
Jen does not receive any treatment or therapy. Playing tennis is enough therapy for her.
No, what for? My therapy is sports. But I can't do without sports. This is my life, and as much as I work, I have to train. Because I used to do therapy and massages like every week before I joined sports. But immediately I started doing sports, I stopped because it was taking a lot of money from us and the entire family. So I realized if I do sports and I train, I don't have normal pains in my joints everywhere. I'm just normal. I'm normal now. I feel normal. Already I'm normal anyway. Yeah. But when I do exercise, I feel good. I don't feel fatigued. But if you don't, as a person with disability, you feel tired always. You feel like something is wrong with your body, especially when you've started sports. And then you don't need to stop. Just continue with it. It will help you even mentally, physically, even on weight reduction. Because if you don't do exercise and you have a body like mine, it'll blow.
Her disability opened her eyes to see her abilities. Her family has been her biggest support system.
I call it support. You know, Stella, when you have a family that gives you support, it's very important. A family that supports you will even help you mentally believe in yourself. And first of all, you as a person, you have to believe in yourself. But first, it was very hard. Accepting disability is not easy. For you to accept, and then I went through so many issues, by the way, to just be who I am right now. Depression, headaches, name them. It was not easy, but realizing that I'm loved by my family, I'm loved with everyone that surrounds me, made me realize that I'm a special person in a different way. What do I mean by that? In our family, I don't say I was being treated special. No, in fact, I started my schooling in inclusive environment. I went to college in inclusive environment. Now I'm working an inclusive environment. You see, so I want to thank my family for being those parents that realized that inclusivity is very important earlier than even I realized myself, and that has really helped me to be who I am. Because it's very hard for a person with disability. And then one thing that has really helped me is God. That one I will not lie to you. Everything I do because of God. And don't cut this out of this clip. This is my main me. God is the one who has made this. I will not lie to you. The position I have or coming out of those challenges is because of God. If you pray and believe that God can do something, God is a God of possibilities and is God of miracles. He doesn't see the disability that the society see, or he doesn't rate us as people rate us. God sees you as you, and he sees you as Jane, who he made with a special purpose on earth.
Tennis is a game that has made Jane successful, and she has been privileged to travel to quite a number of countries where she has won several awards.
One of them that I can say that made me so proud was winning Sportswoman Living with a Disability Sawyer Award winner 2018, which I got this January, and I was so like, God, you did it. And this did come easy. Again, God came in it. Because I remember I fasted in Ghana and Nigeria, but I didn't know why I was fasting for dry fast 3 days when I was having a tournament there. So when I came back is when God told me if it was not for me, sing a win your Sawyer Award. So you see how God works. Me, I was praying, God and his idea, I win Nigeria tournament and Ghana tournament, because they are like this, you finish this, you go to the other one. But I was runners up. I got silver both of them. And I cried, I told God, how can you do this? You know the way you fight God. But again, I got angry a little bit, but at long last, he cooled me down by letting me win this biggest award that many haven't received. And another thing is the achievement that I've got is, right as I speak to you right now, I have 8 gold medals in tennis, and I have 6 silvers, and I have 3 bronze. Wow. Yes. Wow. Okay, and again, the greatest achievement I have as Jane in the Africa region, I was elected, not even nominated, elected to represent Africa in International Tennis Federation Council. Yes, I represent the entire Africa. And I represent Kenya in Tennis Kenya Council meetings.
Before going in for a tournament, Jane has to warm up with some exercises for fitness.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10. Hey, gani nishafanya?
The challenges we face in life are always lessons that serve one's growth.
The first challenge is resources for trainings. As much as we are winning and then you are coming, you know, you have a long calendar before you reach your next tournament. Like for instance, if I'm training, I was supposed to go to South Africa on 15th of June last month, but I cancelled it because I got a new job. So that when resources coming in, I need that resource for some times to push me to August, where I'm going to Malaysia for the next tournament. And then I need to work and train as I go to the next one in Nigeria in August 21st. Then I have to work again to go to Reunion Island, which I think is near France, whichever, on 12th of December. So I have 3 tournaments. Without money, I can't do this. So resources is very hard for, at least me, I'm saying, I can work to get this resource. What about other people, other persons with ability who are not working? They won their last tournament. They use the tournament. They have to pay rent. They have to buy food. They have to do everything with that money. You know, so it's not easy to train without money. Another thing is a constant coach. Wheelchair has that issue. We have a coach that always come when there's a tournament ready. We get money, we go. But that constant coach that will train you from a pure heart, really just giving to the society. You know the way I'm working right now, but the way you give to the society, not that I give because the person's ability, no. There's sometimes that God can call you in a certain ministry. And I always believe God called me in sports, to speak to his people, to share his word in this area, and just to bring peace unto other people. Those are the things that I see why I play tennis. I don't play tennis because of money. And I can sacrifice, it's a challenge, yes, but I sacrifice till the end. No one pays me for other things. I win money because of the energy that I've used and good training that I've trained. But again, I like giving a lot. I can support other people to train and do other things. So it's a ministry, not that I do it for fun or something, but I do it as a God-given something on this earth.
Jane works with the Challenge Athlete Foundation CAF, an organization that supports individuals living with disabilities.
CAF, on my wheelchair, I have Challenge Athlete Foundation. This is a foundation that that gives some grants. Grants meaning you can ask for funds for training and coaching. You can ask for funds for your tournaments. You have a tournament, they will not give you cash, but they'll give you air tickets, they'll pay for your accommodation. But the only and then there's another part that you can ask for wheelchairs, your own wheelchair. And this is a organization that give individual fundings, not that we are group, we ask for that fund. It's Jane, it's Stella, it's all of one. You apply with your game. Like right now, if you take me this picture, get one very nicely with a logo behind the tournament I'm playing, I'll apply for this fund. Then it's every September. 1st of September is opened. The website is opened. I would like to tell all the persons abilities who are in sports, please apply for these funds. It will be opened on, it has been there, but now it's always 1st of September. Then your funds that you applied for will come in March. It's always there, very efficient. You'll get your money, even if you get 50,000, even if you get 20,000, who will give you that money? No one will give you, you've not worked for it. Some get $1,000, some get $1,500. How much will you do that? We can train for the entire year. So that's one of the things that have really helped me. And I'm always telling persons with ability to apply, but they don't want to apply because one, the process is not easy. You have to come up with accounts that after you've received, you have to give receipts. Number two, before you apply, you have to have your profile pictures. You have to make accounts of your family incomes, everything that you do, those people that you live with, how many are you supporting, are you working? And if you're working, you have to produce other documents. So you see that process. But if you're in need and you need something, you have to sacrifice for something. Just go to the cyber. If you have your laptop, I'm ready to help that person who needs that help. Yeah.
When you have a disability, knowing you are not defined by it, it is the sweetest thing. In life, one ought to have future plans.
I'm doing it, mentorship. As I told you, God always calls people in different areas. I think in my heart, I always feel I need to encourage that child with disability that are kept at home. You know, that's what we've been doing at Action Network for the Disabled for the last 3 years. And again, now with the new project of sexual reproductive health, as we talk about menstrual health, how do people see mentally handicapped person or generally person with disability? How do they help themselves in menstrual hygiene? Have we ever thought of that? Always, never. So they always see huyo tu ni mwenda wazimu hapo, ajui nini, but have we ever sat and think, how do they take care of themselves? Cleanliness, maintaining menstrual hygiene. And as we do that, we're also going to talk to parents of these children with disabilities about SRH. We talk about them, and then we'll train them on the importance of sexual reproductive health with their children. And those are the things that right now, as I work, as I train, my work comes first, because my work touches where I can't touch, you know. So I just release God to help us and empower us and help us go beyond the limit that He wants us to reach.
Some piece of advice to people living with disabilities.
It doesn't matter which kind of disability your child has. Every disability is special. And the way God gave you this child is a special gift to you. How many parents are out there and they don't have a child with disability? Ask yourself. This is number one. God knew in your heart you are able to take care of this child, just like my parents. Number two, as a person living with disability, don't always underestimate yourself or never limit yourself. If God created you and gave you, put you in this world, hear the reason why you had to be like that. Look at me, I'm a tennis player. Who knew a person with disability who got polio at age 5 can do what I'm doing? So number three, just believe in yourself. Don't ever look at the society. Society will judge you. Society will judge your child as a parent. Society will tell you what you will do or will not do. Society knows you more than you know yourself. But know yourself before society define you. Let them define you in their own ways. But as a parent, don't let your child feel you don't love them. I always preach about love. Love is the most wonderful thing as a parent. If you give your child, don't ever think that this child don't deserve education, this child does not deserve to be out there, this child does not deserve to be someone in the society. God will surprise you. And lastly, I would say disability is not the end of everything. Disability is there, like mine, that is physical. But what I have inside me is something that is so precious to God, the Creator who made me. You know, so let's embrace, let's try to love these children. This is now to the society. Love a person's ability that come across. If you have a good advice, give them. They need this advice, they need encouragement, even to the parents. If you live a neighbor near to a person who has a cerebral palsy, autistic, mentally handicapped, a challenged person with a physical disability like me, just be there, give support where you can help.
Woo! 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oi! 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. As you can see, that is some bit of exercise, as they say. After any sport, you have to stretch for your own fitness. And keep in mind, disability is a matter of perception. Concentrate on things it doesn't prevent you from doing, and don't regret those it interferes with. For beautiful than a flower, I'm Wanjiro Gidhu. Tuendelee na stretch.